you should all watch Mad Men because it's so true and nothing's really changed. Even the gender balance is probably still about the same. But there's some real gems, when they said, you know what advertising genius is? It's the person who thought of 99 cents. Some asshole thought of that. So
let's keep the language in check, people.
That was quite mild, it is for me. So I recommend Mad Men. Everyone can roll your eyes, but I absolutely recommend Elizabeth Gilbert, who wrote Eat, Pray, Love, wrote a brilliant book about creativity called Big Magic, about being vulnerable, about being authentic in your story, about being brave, about everybody thinks creativity is this hippy-dippy thing that only a few of us have got, but we're actually inherently as a species creative. So you can't sit there and go, I can't write that because I'm not creative. That's a really, really worthwhile book and it's a fun read. And there's a podcast called The Creative Relay. There was a really great one done on International Women's Day with the writer I mentioned earlier, Jane Caro. It's really worth listening to because she's very much a story writer in, the body of a copywriter. And she's been doing it for a very long time. She was a role model and a mentor of mine. So I would encourage those three things if you've got an interest in them.
Excellent.
I have something. So New Storytelling is an organisation that kind of was spawned out of a production company called Still Motion, who we've co-produced some stuff with before. And Patrick, the director and co-founder of that, has on the side he's very, very passionate about the psychology and the science behind storytelling and the craft of storytelling, and really sort of trying to spread that. New Storytelling is just an awesome website to go to. There's a ton of really, really engaging content that gives you just a better idea of the different, I talked about the recipe before, just all those little elements of story that can really, really kind of help you better understand, and will spoil every viewing that you ever have of any film or book ever in the future of your life. So, yeah.
Thanks, and last but not least.
Just these two, Chicken Soup for the Soul, I'm sure you've all heard of it. I had the pleasure of interviewing Jack Canfield. It's a reminder that many people say to me, oh, but where do you get stories from? I don't have any stories. So if you don't have your own stories, learn other people's stories until you learn how to actually extract in your life, going back over the years, some of us a lot longer than others, your great stories that you can share. But there's so many anecdotes there, and it's a really good, very light read. The other one, again, Kate mentioned before with one of hers, but some of you might see Simon Sinek as a bit full on, a bit happy-clappy, depending on which way you want to look at it. But with Simon Sinek, what I like, and it goes back to the foundation of journalism, who, what, when, where, how, why, it's just a reminder to think about and lead with your why, and he's made a whole business out of it. So I do respect him for that it really opens up people's minds to don't lead with the what and how good you are, have a think about why and what's behind it. And that's where Dave said before, it really comes down to be really, really in tune with your message.
Cool, let's have a round of applause for our panelists this evening.